Welcome back to Mac Talk Sports, and they have gone and done it again. England are in the semi-finals of the Euro 2024. Did they deserve it? Absolutely not, but they don't care about it. They are in it, and now they await their opponents, Netherlands or Turkey. The match is about to start. We'll talk about that one later. England win the game on penalties. Switzerland, unfortunately for them, they get out. They've been amazing the entire tournament, but their luck runs out in the penalties. So let's talk about the game. To be very honest, the game was as I expected it to be. It was not a fancy affair. It was not really a good game of football, and to be honest, I expected that because England have not really performed in a way. I expected Switzerland to attack more, but like they have in the previous games. But I think they showed a little bit too much respect to England, and that may have affected the outcome as well. They never really got out of the blocks. They never really attacked that they in this game as they have attacked in the previous game. But still, they were the side that created more chances, even though most of them were not clear cut. They were half chances as well, but they were the ones who were in control for like 60 to 70% of the game. There were periods of continuous like 5 to 10 15 minutes and 15 minutes periods of the game where Switzerland would be continuously attacking the ball. They would have possession, then, and England sat back. They kept going back, and they let Switzerland have the ball the entire first half. It was like this. England, they themselves had a good period of possessions where they tried to create chances. A good 5 to 10 minutes in the first half, and then again in the second half as well. But on a whole, it was the Swiss that had the control of the game. They were like they basically had more possession. They controlled. They had the emphasis on it, on the game. The English, they were happy to just sit back and let Switzerland control the game. Again, Gareth Southgate is going to be questioned about it because it's hurting England. I said in the preview that if you keep on doing the same thing again and again, it is going to catch up with you. Not every time a moment of brilliance will save you, but luckily for Southgate, it keeps on happening in every game because the squad that he has, it's so talented that every game one of the players comes up with a moment of brilliance and he gets saved because otherwise if he did not have good players around him, the players that he has in the squad, England would have been out by already, but they are still here. The first half, as I say, it was like Switzerland were on the ball a lot. They created chances, but they never really tested Pickford completely, or they threatened Pickford in a way that it would be eye-catching. But it was like there were no proper chances created by Switzerland, even though they had the ball. England, on the other hand, they barely contested in the first half. Second half, again, like for the first 15 to 20 minutes, it was all Switzerland. England were so deep in their half. Switzerland came up wave after wave of attack. But again, there was no proper chances created. Pickford was not tested properly. He did not have to make any good saves. The defenders, they did not have to make any last ditch tackles or anything. It was Switzerland would come in, and the final ball was missing the entire game from the Swiss side. I think that is the reason that they get eliminated. If they would have would have been better in the final third, they could have finished the game early on in the 90 minutes. But it was not to be. As I said, from the second half started till up until they scored the goal, it was all Switzerland, and it felt like they were playing at their own home. The amount of noise the Swiss fans were making, the English fans were so quiet for the second half because their team was not doing anything. It was all Switzerland, and they deservedly get the lead. The ball comes in from the right hand side, great cross, and Embolo it gets deflected from John Stones, and Embolo is the quicker one to react instead of Kyle Walker, and Switzerland go 1-0 up. And after the goal comes in, and it has been the same England England team and the manager, they are reactive instead of being proactive. The moment they concede the goal, then it's like then they try to wake up and then they try to attack. Before that, they did not do anything. Like, they're just sitting there. They were just happy to let Switzerland have the ball, and they're thinking of, I don't know what they were thinking about. Maybe they're thinking of having a counter attack and get the goal. But it was it was dreadful from England, especially that period where Switzerland dominated, clearly dominated, and they got rewarded. And then when they conceded the goal, that's when Southgate makes changes. Up until that point, he did not make any changes. He makes substitutions, as I said, when they started to play, there was a little bit half chances, but it was like the same as Switzerland. When they had the ball, the final ball was missing. And then Arsenal link up. Basically, Arsenal saved England. A great ball from Declan Rice towards Bukayo Saka, and then he does his thing. Great control, cuts back in and takes a shoot from his left foot, cuts it back in and shoots it straight. And it's like a trademark Saka goal. I have seen that goal so many times while he plays for Arsenal. And the game gets level. It's a 1-1, and that sort of breathes new life into England. Then the next 10 minutes of the game, England were the one who were attacking the Swiss goal. As compared to the Switzerland team, they were the ones who were just staying back, trying to contain it, trying to keep the game level up until the 90 minutes, and they were able to do it. Then we go into the extra time, and then it became then an open-end sort of game. Both the teams trying to get that crucial goal, but they were not able to get it. Shaqiri takes a chance with the corner directly hitting the crossbar. That would have been some moment if he would have scored that goal. But unfortunately, the game ends 1-1 after extra time. Then we go into the penalties. Of course, and I am going to say, I said something about Kylian Mbappe yesterday, and I'm going to say the same thing about Harry Kane. I don't know what was the reason that Kane went out, but to know that there are only like 10 minutes left, and then it's going to be penalties, and you are the captain, you're the star player, and for him to decide to go out, not stay back into the game, it was I would say it was quite cowardice, a cowardly act from Harry Kane. Because he was dreadful the entire time. He was invisible the entire game, and then when his team really needed him the most, because of course he was going to be one of the penalty takers, he decides to go out. I don't know at the moment the extent of his injury, because we were not told by the broadcasters or anything like. So I'm he should not have gone out. I don't know what was the reason, but no matter what, he should have stayed, because this is the moment when your team needs, your country needs you, and you decide to sit back at such a crucial moment. And that's and you basically he and Southgate, I would say, try to throw Ivan Toney under the bus. They did it in the last game as well. Tried to give him 2.5 minutes, and now again sending him in at that moment when all hope was lost, basically. But then the game goes into the penalties, and England are the ones who take first call. Palmer steps up and he scores a penalty, great penalty from him. And then Manuel Akanji, I mean, what a dreadful penalty. Such a bad penalty. You don't expect that from him. You are the first penalty taker. Everything was wrong. The placement was not there. The technique, the pace, the power, there was nothing. It was such a bad penalty. Very easy for Pickford to save. There are pictures of Pickford's water bottle where he has written everything about each penalty taker for the Switzerland, where he has to dive, where he has to just stay still, where he has to fake and dive on the other hand side. It was written for Akanji to dive left, so he dived left and Akanji put it that side, but there was no power in there in that show. There was no placement from him. Then comes for England, then comes Jude Bellingham. He scores, and then he celebrates like he was really bad the entire game. And then the way he acts, like I'm not a really big fan of his persona that he has at the moment. I think he has too much ego for a player who has not done anything in the tournament. He has gotten this, like the Champions League win with Real Madrid has gotten him over his head, to be very honest with you. Unfortunately, Switzerland, they missed their second penalty. Then the ball, it's Bukayo Saka. It was too much. People need to remember the pressure that he would have at that moment. He missed the last penalty in the Euros in the final, and England lost that game. So now he was again in the spotlight. He scores. Shaqiri for Switzerland, then he scores. Then again it's England and they score, and then Amdanu from Switzerland score, and in the end it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He scores. England go into the next round. Was it a good game of football? Not that exciting, but it was like I enjoyed it in a way that Switzerland were really good. If I had to pick a player from the English side, I would say Eze had a great game. Kobbie Mainoo was really great. Bukayo Saka for me was. If we are gonna look at someone who really changed the game, it would be Bukayo Saka. From the English point of view, he would be the man of the match. His performance, like his goal, is the reason that England are still in the tournament. So yeah, they get lucky. They are in the next round somehow, some way. They keep on doing it. I think that England and France, both of them have been really dreadful, but somehow, some way, both of them are in the semi-final, and maybe they might meet each other in the finals as well. But England now wait and see who they are going to face in the semi-final, Netherlands or Turkey. That's it for me. Please let me know what you guys think of the England performance in the game, and what you think how they will do again in the semi-final. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye bye.